We share. Oh, take a ride with me.
My name is Uzoma Kingsley. I'm indigenous of Imo State, Nigeria, but I was born and brought up in Lagos, Nigeria. I was actually born blind. After a few weeks before the sight started, I could start seeing again. After herbs had been given, some herbs had been given to me, I started seeing again. I grew up not from a very poor background, but by the grace of God, we were comfortable, and we grew up like that back there in Lagos for years. I had a mother who loved the children so much that she could give her all for her children, and so that bond between I and my mom was so strong that I didn't see any other person as a mother. I didn't see any other person as every other mother was like inferior to her. And when in 2004 I lost her, I felt the world had come crashing on me. And so that same 2004, after the burial, I felt I could no longer stay in the house because I didn't see the woman I so dearly love. And I just decided I would leave the house. Where was I going to? I didn't even know. And so I was talking with a friend of mine, and we were talking Abuja. Abuja is a place of what's that word now? They said it's a place of opportunity. And so without telling anybody, I woke up one morning and told my dad I have to go. And they prayed, believing that my journey will be successful. And so I just set out to a city called Abuja, which is the federal capital now. Boarded the vehicle, not even knowing where I was going. I stopped. I got to Abuja, stopped in a place called Lugbe. I actually saw people coming down, and I stopped there. I got down. I didn't even have a phone to call anybody. I had another place called Area 1. I boarded that vehicle again. When I got to somewhere on that same airport road called Piwoi Village, some people got down. I felt that was Area 1. I also got down. Crossed over to a filling station. That was where I passed the night. And then I saw an old man who was like the security, and I told him, I don't know where I'm going, but I'm actually here in Abuja to start up my life. And he just pointed and said I should go into that village. Probably I'll find something to do. And I went straight into that village called Piwoi Village. Got there, saw a bakery, and I walked into the bakery and pleaded with the manager that I'm just coming into Abuja and I don't have anywhere to stay, I don't have anything to do. If he can be merciful on me to just start here. And he spoke with the owner of the bakery, and that was how I started. While I was working there, I now met his friend again, who was my singing group member way back in Lagos. We actually lost contact. He came to the bakery to buy bread. And so we got talking, and I told him my experience. He didn't even actually know that my mom was late, and then he actually said I should leave the bakery and come to stay in his house. So I was staying in his house as a squatter also. And then from there, started working in that bakery. After a while, the man laid some of us off, and life went on. But in the space of time, I met friends. I met the good friends, just like the guy who helped me. I also met the bad friends. I also met the ugly ones who at every point in time, you will always, at every point in time you meet, every stage of life you meet these friends, you will always see different things. And at some point in time, the guy traveled out of Abuja again, and it was I in that house. After a while, I also left the house due to the fact that I couldn't afford to pay for the house. It was at that point in time I met another set of friends who also led me astray. We got into some kind of horrible life. I smoked, I was drinking, I was womanizing. But in all this, something kept telling me that, right in my conscience, that I was going on the wrong direction. I needed to come back, retrace my step. You know, that still small voice kept talking to me. Sometimes you're adamant to listen because you're already on a particular road. You know, I left the church where I grew up, which is the Seventh-day Adventist Church, started worshiping in some other churches, even as a praise and worship leader. In spite of that, I was still the same. There was no change, because I was still the same guy who would always smoke, who would always drink, who would always womanize, you know. So I saw it as, being a praise and worship leader in that church, I saw it as fun. I just go there on Sundays, I catch my phone, because I was also still paid some stipends in that church. I was just doing it for fun, you know. And it all went on for years. After some time, I got a job again. Due to that job, it started bringing me back to the church. I was on and off, until another elder called me at some point in time and talked to me, took me to his house, and started giving me a business to do, a stockfish business per se. So I was selling, but one striking thing happened that led me back to where I was coming from. You know, I was doing that business, supplying people on credit, and so some people took the fish on credit, the stockfish, and could no longer pay. I was owing a huge sum of amount. Due to that fact, we had a misunderstanding, and he felt, no, this is not it. You know, the wife was not happy with the way I managed the business. How could I be owed such an amount of money? I cannot get it because some of the staffs had moved. Since it's a ministry, a federal government ministry, I couldn't get to meet some of the staffs again. And that had to linger for long. That quarrel had to linger for long. But while searching for these people, something striking happened that made me understand that God is still on my side. I was going on the road. On that fateful day, it was raining. All hope lost. I stood there shedding tears under the rain. And so I met a woman drove past. She works with the Nigerian Immigration Service. She drove past and drove back again and called me, "Young man, what is the problem?" I explained what the problem was to her. And she asked me to come into her car. I got into the car, and she drove to the office on her uniform. And we sat down in the car. She bought me banana, she bought me groundnut, and asked me of the whole story, which I explained to her. And she told me, no problem, I should take this little transport, which was about 1,000 naira then. I should go home, and in a week time I should come back. I came back to that office. I met her. She gave me the whole money, which was about 50-something thousand. That time, I think it was 2008 or 2007, 2008, thereabout. She gave me the whole money. And she told me to try and pay. I shouldn't give the money all to the person I was owing. I should pay some and try and invest some for myself. So that was what I did. After about a week, I went back to that office to say thank you to that woman. Only for me to get to the office and I found out that there was nobody like that woman in that office. In fact, my head was like, what is really happening? I was searching, I was trying to ask questions. There was an Adventist lady that worked there. I asked her. She said there is nobody like Mrs. Wanchuku in this office. Look at the person that is staying here. This person staying here is a Muslim to start with. So how was it that I was in that office and there were some people in that office, I and this woman were talking, nobody knew that we were in that office. Nobody saw that woman. You know, I didn't have a phone then, so we didn't exchange numbers. She just asked me to come back to that office. And that was how I was. In fact, when I told the man my experience, the man I was owing, when I told him my experience, that very day I came back from that office and did not see that woman. The elder just said I should not even pay the money again. That what he has understood is that an angel helped me out. And he talked to me, he counseled me, and that brought me back to my senses. I finally understood that God has been on my side all through. Now, I came back to the church. I started worshiping again. I started believing in God, and I asked God to give me a reason to follow Him. And He actually did. It was in the church I was worshiping. My life started changing gradually. I started abstaining from such friends. I started seeing myself doing the things I was doing then when I left Lagos. To the glory of God, He has given me a talent to minister through songs. And that is what I have been using that talent for. He has also held my hand. He has showed me so many things that has given me a reason to know that God has been on my side. Today, as it stands, though I'm not yet there, but I still see the hand of God every day. I am married. I have a little place of my own with 2 children, a beautiful wife, and He has given me something to do that is yielding income for me to take care of myself and take care of the family. So in all these things, I've seen a reason to say, God, I thank You for how You have led me this far. It has not been rosy, life has not been rosy, but I know that since I have an anchor, He has been holding my hand and showing me the way. Things have been moving forward step by step. I am seeing His goodness in my life step by step and every day. So I also have been encouraging people to know that God has not left them in spite of their situation. I was there, and I am happy today because I don't want to say I have regrets. I am happy today because I have tested the both sides of the coin. I have been there. I have seen the bad side of the coin, and God has also shown me this other side of the coin to know that even though I am not yet there, but He is molding me to be something. Today, as it stands, I am still using that voice to minister for Him, and I believe that even though I may not know, but the ministration is winning souls. Today, I am with a group known as the Triumphant Soul Savers, and God has been using this group miraculously. We have been doing things for God. So this talent He has given me has been drawing me close to Him every day. I see myself as, this is the only thing You have given me, and I have to use it for You. And to the glory of God, I am seeing changes in my life every day.